Gundam's my second one.
You're the only one!
I was right! My suspects are never wrong.
When the alarm rang at the Strawberry House Lounge, you rushed over there too, right?
What's wrong with that? If the bell of catastrophe rings throughout the night, it is the universe.
Why were you able to hear it?
He was in the deluxe room too.
Hear what?
I mean, you were also staying in a deluxe room, right? Nagito was staying in a deluxe room in the same house on the same floor, and he couldn't even hear it. So why were you able to hear that alarm?
Now that you mention it.
Of course, that isn't why I suspected him. He said something weird before, but now I still got a suspect right.
Gundam?
There is only one possibility. You weren't in your room at the time. That's why, even though you were staying in a deluxe room, you still went to the lounge. Am I right?
Gundam, you have some sort of explanation, right?
Gundam probably couldn't return to his room because of Fuyuhiko. Me? After you saw Nekomaru heading to the tower, you stayed at the lounge for a while. Am I correct? Until the moment that alarm started ringing, right? If you were in the lounge for that long, the killer who had left earlier obviously wouldn't be able to go back.
Even though Nekomaru's murder was a death trap that utilized the alarm in his chest, the killer still needed to prepare the murder in advance.
Like putting Nekomaru in sleep mode and tying him up with the wire.
In order to do that, the killer needed to be waiting for Nekomaru at the tower. Which means when Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru, the killer was already at the tower.
And once they tried to go back, they couldn't because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
In their original plan, the killer should have returned to their room before the alarm in the lounge went off. And they were supposed to stay in their room. They weren't planning to come out and go to the lounge.
Which means they wouldn't have heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, thus proving they were in the room. Just like us.
The best case scenario would have been if those two in the lounge had gone to check the deluxe rooms. After all, if they personally saw the killer sleeping in their room, it gives the killer a stronger alibi. Unfortunately, they failed to secure that alibi.
Oh no.
I was in the lounge. So the killer couldn't go back to their room, and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm.
Hey, what are you doing? This rushes. It's louder than the supreme ruler of the netherworld bellowing for a sacrifice. Don't go making all that noise so suddenly.
But why'd you come out? You should have hid till the excitement died down.
To secure an alibi.
If Gundam tried to hide, and if those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out. That would have been the worst possible outcome. That's why he couldn't just stay hidden.
If those two had just checked the deluxe rooms as planned, that would have been ideal, but how ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge, your plan was doomed.
Gundam? Please, can you at least say something?
Answer me this, including myself in my 4 dark devas of destruction.
The
How many ears do you
hamsters.
possess?
The hamsters.
The answer is 10. That's right, I possess 10 ears. That means I have 5 times the hearing of a normal human. The soundproof system here may as well not exist.
It's invalid. Invalid.
Is that your argument? You bastard! Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
Do not panic. The truth shall now commence. At the time, I left my room to go to the bathroom. By coincidence, I heard the alarm. That's right. That's all it was. The world is always so simple.
Are you saying it was just a coincidence? Isn't that timing a little too perfect?
And yet, I'm being suspected by all of you. It seems it was actually horrible timing on my part.
I see. You're still holding out. Well, you don't have to admit it. We're going to decide who the killer is with the majority vote anyway. So, why don't we just go ahead and start voting? It's obvious that Gundam is the killer.
Hold on a sec.
You know, Hajime, this class trial, this killing, it's merely the opening act, you know.
Hey! What do you mean the class trial is just the opening act?
Perhaps I should say, it's just a farce. Just a boring farce. So boring, so stressful. I'm so painfully bored that I might develop stomach ulcers. Seriously. Let's just hurry up and finish this before I collapse from poor health.
Nagito, something definitely happened to you, didn't it? At some point during the investigation, your behavior became even weirder. What actually happened? Did you discover something?
Well, let's just leave that fun for later.
No,
And finish this
you
opening
did the
act
same when you went to the octagon.
You said opening act again!
Please hold on! We have yet to hear Gundam's rebuttal!
But he's completely shut up. Perhaps he can't argue anymore.
Gundam!
I was simply at a loss for words after being dumbfounded by your pathetic assumption. In fact, I shall deny the very basis. Your assumption has been wrong since the beginning.
Since the beginning?
Based on your assumption, I hung Nekomaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor. From there, after returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off, correct? Although going to and fro is busy enough as it is, how would I be able to travel between both houses anyway?
I see. The contact elevator was broken.
As I recall, the killer tampered with the Grape House control panel, which, plus, the stopped elevator should have been facing the Grape House side. If so, the human who used the elevator would have left it at Grape House. For these reasons, it's an indisputable fact that the killer destroyed the elevator at Grape House.
And what's wrong with that?
If the elevator was broken at Grape House, you wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry House.
However, I was already at Strawberry House. I was present when the alarm in the lounge started ringing.
I got it.
Which means your assumption is clearly wrong.
Nope.
Are you serious?
I got
Here
it.
I thought it's already been decided.
Have you learned your lesson, pitiful humans? You cannot overcome this contradiction.
Nope, I got it. That's wrong. When something is obviously wrong, that's when contradiction is born. There's no such thing as a contradiction that can't be overcome. I know what it is. Wait, where is it?
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses. As long as that elevator was broken, your assumption collapses.
Plus, the elevator was
Huh. The one I thought wasn't here.
broken at Grape House.
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
How much longer do you plan to lecture me?
longer work. Nagito's sudden appearance makes sense. That's the one I was thinking. It should be Nagito's sudden appearance.
Why don't we stop this already?
Oops. Sake of everyone's hope, I'll shoot through that contradiction.
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses. As long as that elevator was broken.
Oh, highlight time.
Your assumption collapses.
That's probably why.
Plus, the elevator
So
was
that's why it wasn't working.
broken at Grape House.
And
But the killer cannot.
Since I wasn't sharp, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice. Or if there was a secret passageway.
this one, right?
How much longer? Why don't we stop this already? That elevator was the only means of travel between.
No, that's wrong!
Thank you, Dream Knight. Dream King.
No, there should have been another way to move between the two houses without the elevator.
I mean, it makes the
method
most
does not
sense just
exist.
putting Nagito's sudden appearance. You know.
Then why don't we ask the person who actually used that method? You're the only one!
It makes sense that Gundam also cleared the final dead room since there were metal
Nagito,
wires in the
You should
octagon.
know.
What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. You appeared so suddenly that one time because you used that method, right?
Nagito, why are you here? Because I showed up.
There's a secret passage connecting
That's not
the
the
first floor of
Nagito
Strawberry
voice.
House to the third floor of Grape House. Isn't that right?
Jeez. Once again, I let the reserve course show up. But you're right. There's a door on the floor of the octagon, which is on the first floor of Strawberry House. After I opened the door and went down, surprise, surprise! I ended up in the Monokuma Archive, which is on the third floor of Grape House.
Meaning the third floor and the fourth floor are actually connected.
Plus, once you've cleared the final dead room once, you can pass through it as many times as you want.
If they used that secret passage, they could have gone between the two houses as much as they wanted.
Infinity Unlimited Flame!
You don't have to contradict it if it's
However,
true.
what if the killer was unaware of the existence of the final dead room?
There's no way they didn't know.
No way, because how could they have gotten the wire and the hammer if they hadn't gone to the octagon?
That is merely an illusion you have fabricated from your own suspicion. If you value your life, you should stop with your scrutiny.
There's no way I can stop.
Did you say? Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
If wire is one of them, then that one's it. Here we go.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion.
How do I flip
Shall I feed you
diagonally
to the
again?
progeny of vile deities?
Okay, it's... Okay.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
I can't back down!
Ah, yes. I'm usually
I
not good
already
at
proved the
those.
secret passage exists. The secret passage was at the octagon.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the octagon? Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blind confusion, at least pray to the key which dwells in the light!
Okay. I just have a
Know
feeling.
the limits of your own reasoning! You say the killer went to the octagon? Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blind...
Allow me
There
to
we
cut
go.
through
That was
those
right.
words. The wire used to string up Nekomaru's body. The hammer that looked like the weapon. And the chain on the door in the tower. Those are all the items that weren't in Funhouse. Where did the killer obtain them?
In the
The only place
octagon.
I can think of is the octagon. There were various weapons and tools there. I'm pretty sure I saw stuff like wires, hammers, and chains too.
Since those items were used in the crime, there's no doubt that the killer went to the octagon.
If that's the case, they obviously know about the secret passage too, right?
It seems this is the end. Normally we'd end up listening to Hajime lecture us with a very long summary of the case. But there's no reason to waste any more time on this opening act. So I'm going to end this right now.
Hey, what are you...
First of all, by messing with all the clocks in the building, Gundam tried to lure only Nekomaru. The elevator was probably broken by that point. Thanks to that, Nekomaru wasn't able to go to Grape Tower, which was supposed to be the meetup point. So he tried going over to Strawberry Tower, just like we did when we found out the elevator was broken. Well, it's obvious he'd attempt that. At that time, we didn't know the two towers were the exact same place. Also, the button in Strawberry Hall wasn't broken, so he was easily able to enter Strawberry Tower. But surprise! Gundam was waiting for Nekomaru's arrival.
Hold on. If Nekomaru didn't go to Strawberry Tower, what would the killer have done then?
Their plan was a balancing act of uncertainties, but even if they failed, they probably wouldn't have minded. They can just greet everyone the next morning as if nothing happened, and come up with a different plan.
And without such a risky plan, they wouldn't have been able to lure him at all.
I'm going to continue summarizing the case, okay? Through this, Gundam successfully lured Nekomaru to Strawberry Tower. There's no way he could fight head-on with the robotic Nekomaru, so by pressing the goodnight button, he rendered Nekomaru powerless without fighting him.
That's weird.
Hold on! What did you just say? That I didn't battle?
What's wrong with that?
Don't mess with me! Don't mess with me! I cannot ignore those words!
Why are you angry all of a sudden?
You fools do not understand! You don't understand at all! Ha! You make me laugh! After all this time, you still don't understand anything at all!
I don't understand anything. What does that mean?
Years. I cannot finish just yet. Maybe I'm just a human destined for hell. However, I cannot finish just yet. I cannot finish!
Gundam, what's the matter?
What do you intend to do?
It's obvious. I'm going to destroy your illusory assumptions.
Are you saying you still have more? You still have room to argue?
Your words. You said I pressed Nekomaru's goodnight button. However, that button was on the back of Nekomaru's neck. To press it, I'd have to get behind him.
It's not easy to get the drop on Coach Nekomaru.
True.
It's even more difficult if it's a one-on-one situation.
Just as I thought, truly frail, succumbing so easily to this simple argument. It was just a mere illusion. If you want to set me up as the killer, at least surpass your own human limitations.
That's wrong, Gundam.
Ooh, I know.
You're the one who's wrong.
Such a wonderful line. However, I cannot say that I'm satisfied. Listen well.
Nope,
I shall teach
I know
you
your
2
trick.
tips for making someone
Well, at
admit
least I
their
think I do.
defeat. First, you must crush them with your own overwhelming power. And as for the other, you must provide a reason that will persuade that human. You have not fulfilled either of those yet.
Guess you really don't want to admit it. Then, just as you requested, I will provide an argument that'll leave you no choice but to be persuaded. Okay, I really need to concentrate when it comes to these, because for some reason it says I keep missing.
I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesies! I won't let you!
You're right.
For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesies! Show me the cadaver! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither!
Okay, I need
Crushed
to
as David
concentrate.
prophesies! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesies! For the Tanaka Empire! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither!
This bullet thing really annoys me.
I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesies! Show me the cadaver! It's Nekomaru's back. Do you really think I can get behind him so
Dark
easily?
Devas.
This is the end!
I knew it. The cute little hamsters were your downfall.
Even if you didn't get behind Nekomaru, you should have been able to press the button on the back of his neck. As long as you have the power of the hamsters you keep with you.
Are you seriously saying he used his hamsters to press the button on the back of Nekomaru's neck?
Yes, Figuhiko, I
Of course, that'd be
did.
impossible for a normal hamster, but it would have been possible for Gundam. In fact, we saw that with our very own eyes, right?
Yeah, when you went to go fetch the wallpaper. Emissary of evil, in accordance to our ancient contract, the time has come to lend me your aid. Pierce through Supernova Silver Fox and D. So cute. Press the button. Truly, this is the Skyline Lamentation art of the Demon Mouse. Soon the door of destiny shall open.
Now that you mention it, after Ibuki was killed in the music venue, one of Gundam's hamsters retrieved the piece of wallpaper from the baton lighting, right?
But did you have to mention Ibuki? Don't mention Ibuki in front of me.
Hey, with your friends and their exceptionally smart brains, it must have been possible to secretly get one of them behind Nekomaru and press the button on the back of his neck.
How about it, Gundam?
Gundam. Gundam, please.
Not just myself, but you actually brought up how splendid my subordinates are. I have no recourse but to admit it.
No!
Did you say you admit it?
It appears I've obtained a one-way ticket to hell. Fine! Then you must trample me underfoot and advance. Victory can only be built upon a foundation of corpses. You cannot find peace without sacrifice anywhere. Now, trample this life. Trample it as though it were mere trash on the side of the road. Pull the curtain strings of this worthless performance with your own 2 hands.
Why? Why? Okay, what do I have? Unlip on the doorknob. Press the button. Great door. Lit up because of the lounge alarm clock. I did. It's a huge hammer. Okay. I guess I'll just go to the most obvious one. Killer destroyed after leaving the tower. I knew. Yuhiko can't sleep. That must be at the beginning. Got the alarm clock. That's not it. Alarm set 5:30. It's 2:40 a.m. right now. Oh, whoops. Sorry. Messing with the base of the contact elevator. Kamara's weakness. Nope, not that. They're leaving the tower. Nope. Sorry. Why did Nekomaru fall? Who heard the rumbling? Okay. So this has to go somewhere. Time to Yuhiko. No? Who set the lounge's alarm clock? Oh, this is the elevator. Okay. Kill or destroy after leaving tower. It's saying the alarm was set. Oh. I didn't know. Okay. Nekomaru. The hamster. The cute little hamster. The killer destroyed. Not that yet. Why did Nekomaru fall? It's the pillar, damn it. Kone heard it. Alarm was set for 5 a.m. There we go. Doorknob came off. Need this one.
Here's everything that happened in this
That's
case.
actually kind of tricky.
let's first go over the many tricks the killer prepared before they committed the crime. First, they destroyed the contact elevator. This separated Nagito and the others in Strawberry House from our group in Grape House. Next, they lured Nekomaru out by himself by turning back all the clocks in the funhouse by 2 hours. Additionally, in order to secure an alibi, the killer went to the Strawberry House lounge and set the wall clock's alarm to 5:30 a.m. After finishing their preparations, the killer went to Strawberry Tower with the necessary tools in hand. They obtained these tools from the Octagon, which you can enter once you clear the final death room. This means the killer discovered the secret of the funhouse faster than anybody else. That secret being, Strawberry House and Grape House are actually the same building.
Gundam was able to figure out that god-awful puzzle.
On the morning of the incident, Nekomaru woke up and headed over to Great Tower for a specific reason. There, Fuyuhiko, who was at the lounge by coincidence, witnessed Nekomaru. According to Fuyuhiko's testimony, that was around 5 a.m., but by that point, the killer had already messed with our perception of time. In actuality, Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru at 7 a.m. That's also the same time Monokuma Taichi begins. Nekomaru went to Grape Tower to participate in that. However, because the contact elevator was broken, Nekomaru was unable to go to Grape Tower, so he decided to try going to Strawberry Tower. But the killer was waiting for him there. With the power of hamsters, they were able to press the good night button on the back of Nekomaru's neck. This forced him to enter sleep mode.
Cute
rendering
hamsters,
him
no.
immobile. From there, the killer began preparing to use the ultimate weapon. First, they set the alarm in Nekomaru's chest to 7:30 a.m. so he'd wake up. Then they tied him up with a metal wire, tied the tip of the wire into a loop, and hung it on the doorknob. After leaving Strawberry Tower, the killer then destroyed the door button to Strawberry Hall. They did this to keep us from entering Strawberry Tower, and to keep us from discovering the secret of the building's structure that they used to kill Nekomaru. Then, they used the secret octagon passageway to travel to Grape House. After arriving at Grape Hall, they pressed the button to open the door to the tower. When that happened, the elevator-like floor of the tower began descending. And Nekomaru's body was still inside, dangling upside down in midair from the wire. The killer entered Grape Tower to see if their setup was successful, and placed a hammer on the floor to look like the weapon, then wrapped a chain around the back door. This was done to make us falsely believe we couldn't enter the tower from Strawberry Hall. With this, the killer finished their setup and tried to go back to their room using the secret passage, so they could craft their alibi when Nekomaru died from the fall. But something unexpected happened. Fuyuhiko, who saw Nekomaru earlier, was still at the lounge. As a result, the killer couldn't return to their room, and with no options available, time ran out. The lounge's wall clock alarm started ringing at 5:30. Well, actually 7:30. To avoid a worst-case scenario, the killer was forced to appear in front of Fuyuhiko with the others. When the wall clock's alarm rang, that was also the same time Nekomaru was waking up. He woke up while he was still hanging upside down, so he couldn't help but sway his body powerfully. Originally, the loop of wire was only supposed to slip off the doorknob. But because there was a heavier load than expected, the doorknob ended up breaking. Nekomaru fell from the 4th floor all the way to the 1st floor. He crashed into the pillar, which decapitated him on impact, and died. The sound of Nekomaru's impact echoed throughout the funhouse. However, by this point, the killer's plan was about to fail, thanks to the broken doorknob and Fuyuhiko. Meaning, The killer is someone who wouldn't have heard the alarm if they were in the deluxe room. They also wouldn't have been able to return to their guest room because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
Oh man, and another
Someone
good
is Gundam
character
Tanaka.
falls.
I can't think of anyone else but you.
Another good character falls.
Splendid. That was splendid. For a mere human, you did quite well.
Stop. Stop it already. Stop using weird words to avoid the truth. Or I'll friggin' kill you myself! I cannot believe it. I just cannot believe. You killed Nekomaru? I cannot believe something like that.
You don't wish to forgive me? Do you feel regret? Then finish it! Cast your impure votes for Gundam Tanaka! My beloved, deadly foes, let the voting time begin!
I love how Nagito's still like smiling like that. Oh my god. I want to cry.
This result isn't all that exciting. Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your votes. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Please pull the lever! Crap! I bit my tongue at the most important part!
Yeah, that's not funny. I'm sad now. I lost Ibuki. I lost Hiyoko. And now I'm losing Gundam. I guess there's another slot in my top 3. Unless like Nagito dies or something. If Nagito dies, I'm gonna cry. I was super close to crying when they discovered both Hiyoko and Ibuki. I was super close, not gonna lie. Nagito dies. I don't even know. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I don't want Nagito to die. I don't want Gundam to die. I don't want any of my favorite characters to die. Ugh. It'd be bad if I bit my tongue again, so I'll speak slowly. Oh. Judging from the results, you guys were correct once again. Getting 4 in a row without any mistakes is a splendid achievement. That's right, the one who killed the robotic Nekomaru in Amazing Funhouse was Gundam Tanaka.
Nice!
Yay! Yay! As I said, that without biting my tongue.
Now then.
Now that we've decided who the killer is, let's do the execution already and get this over with. Hold on. It's true that the class trial is finished, but that doesn't mean the incident is over. We can't finish yet until we hear it from Gundam.
Jeez.
No matter what he says, it won't change a thing. We have no right to stop you either, so do whatever you like. Why do you want to talk to someone who has lost? A loser merely leaves. I would just be unnecessary for me to say something.
Listen well.
Is what I would like to say, but for honor's sake, I shall correct one thing. Correct?
How pitiful.
You guys said I made Nekomaru powerless without fighting him. That, however, is a great mistake. Huh?
Fine.
Nekomaru did fight, that is no mistake. And because he fought, he lost and died.
Damn it!
Lost and died?
This too must
If he
be the
was
will
trying
of
to cling.
causality.
If he was just trying to cling to life, There are many ways he could have done so. However, he did not allow that.
You.
What do you mean? Explain! Fine then, I shall reveal it all.
Let's make history.
Within the final dead room, I discovered the secret of the funhouse. And I devised a killing plan to utilize that secret. By tampering with all the clocks in the building, I succeeded in luring Nekomaru to the tower. And this is what happened. Nekomaru and I were alone in the tower, standing face to face with one another. I should say I expected as much from Nekomaru. He sensed my subtle killing intent and instantly understood the situation. And we had ourselves a stare down. In that situation, if he wanted to run away, it would have been easy for him to do so. He could have run away or even called for help, but he did not turn his back on me. Instead, he chose to fight. He chose a fight that risked life and death.
That is...
A fight that risked life and death?
Let me tell you
He
this.
was serious too. He gave it all and tried to kill me. Huh? If I had died instead, the mystery surrounding the case would have been even more complicated. You would never know why I, the victim, went to the tower by myself.
I can see it!
Nobody would know that the victim, me, was actually the one who planned the whole thing.
Could it be?
Nekomaru really did that?
Sensing even my subtle killing intent, as expected of you, Nekomaru.
The scorching, stinging, tense atmosphere. I've been a team manager for so long, I'd nearly forgotten this. This is great! What a comforting atmosphere!
That's a great one.
And what is your reason? Do you intend to resolve this situation by killing me?
I am the Warlock, Gundam Tanaka. Heroes, Lords of Darkness, and even the gods themselves flee from me. I need not cling to any trivial reason. I'm simply going to kill you because your very existence is an annoyance.
You'll drench your soul with evil until the bitter end, huh? Splendid! In
That's what you
response to
call
your spirit,
being
I
cocky.
shall kill you with all of my might. I won't go easy on you. Don't even think about holding back. Don't waste your breath on cowardly tactics. Give me everything you got.
Nekomaru Nidai, your blood will drench the foundation of my empire!
That is...
Why? Why did you fight? We are all friends. Why couldn't you stop this? Even if both sides agreed, it was still wrong. I will not argue. I have no intention of forcing my values upon you.
Let me tell you
However,
this.
I must say this. What's the point of living if you're just waiting until you finally die?
You weakling!
There's nothing courageous about that. That is abandonment, a mere feeling of resignation. Wait, are you telling us just to wait here till we starve to death? I'd rather have that happen to us than have our friends kill each other. Huh? Do you mean that you'd rather die?
Fall, my tears.
Ever since we were locked inside that building, everyone has been dominated by that feeling of abandonment. However, nothing is born from resignation. That is simply a reason to give up.
If you flinch, you
Giving
will
up
die.
on life is just an insult to life itself.
Let me ask.
Have you fools heard the term dog eat dog? Cannibalism?
Fine.
In zoology, cannibalism is a commonly observed phenomenon. Many creatures at some point in their lifespan engage in cannibalism.
Listen well.
That is what it means to live. If you say killing for the sake of living is evil, then what would you call giving up on life itself?
I shall engulf this
In a
world.
world would consider that justice, then I will fight that world in every last fiber of my being. Giving up on life and choosing death is nothing but a blasphemy toward life.
I renounce you!
It is a violation of the natural order. It is the arrogance of humanity.
You.
Are you saying Are you saying all that you tried to justify what you did?
But it sounds like Nekomaru felt the same too. That's why they fought, right?
Damn it.
Fine.
That man had the courage to die when he needed to die. That is why he challenged me to our battle. Regardless, as I've already said, I do not intend to force my values upon you fools. I have betrayed you all. That is the absolute truth.
Fall, my
But
tears.
even so, don't you think it's a better alternative to slowly starving to death here?
Oh. That belief is why you committed your crime. You... Hey, what about the final dead room? Did you do the Russian roulette too?
Let's make history.
Unlike Nagito, I only did it once, but compared to my battle with Nekomaru, that was mere child's play.
Well, you know, after listening to you for a while, I'm starting to think that, well, it's also because of you unexpectedly admitted your crime without much resistance.
Gundam, don't tell me you didn't sacrifice yourself for our sake, did you? I can't believe you would ask such a foolish question.
My name is
Just
Gundam Tanaka.
Just who do you think I am? I am Gundam Tanaka, history's greatest monster. My cursed existence is feared by all mankind. There's no way I'd sacrifice myself for the sake of you fools.
Fade like
Not
dust
in a
the
million, not in a billion, not in 10 billion years. In the name of the pandemonium, it is impossible. Is that it? Then I'll just leave it at that. Now then, let us be rid of this foolish talk. It's about time the fun started. Monokuma, let us begin.
Indeed.
Yay! Got it! I have prepared a special punishment for the ultimate breeder, Gundam Tanaka.
Please wait.
Please wait.
I can't do Sonia's voice right.
This is just too much.
I beg of you.
Please, Monokuma, please help Gundam.
Huh?
Miss Sonia.
I beg of you.
Please, I beg of you.
How pitiful.
Sonia. An act of unrefined as stopping a man from going to his death does not benefit a noble such as yourself.
Gundam.
Hmm.
Is it fine to start for reals, right?
Fine.
Yes, I do not mind, however.
What is it, my four dark devas of destruction? Are you worried about me? Oh, my feared four dark devas of destruction. That is not like you at all.
Oh.
However, there is no need to fear. In this world, I am only a temporary visitor. I was simply visiting for a moment, and now that my duty is complete, I must return to the darkness. That is why, until the very end, pride, conceit, courage, insolence, fearful of nothing, daunted by nothing. Let us laugh uproariously! That is Gundam Tanaka! I shall stick with my evil until the very end! Open sesame pandemonium! I shall fill hell with true hell!
His voice actor is very talented, I must say.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Can this execution not be as hideously bad as Mikon's? I'm sad. I don't want Gundam to leave. Gundam Tanaka Stampede. Oh no, the 4 Dark Devas! No, the 4 Dark Devas of Destruction! No. Look at them. Oh. I have an animal right here for you, Gundam. Gundam! No! No! Even after Gundam is gone, the spirit of his parting words still lingered in our chests. Don't give up on life. Did I misunderstand what he meant? Then what was the right thing to do? I don't know. No matter how much I think about it, I don't know if I'll ever be able to answer that.
Damn it.
Damn it. Damn it! I'm so pissed off. I need to throw something.
Damn it!
You all spend so much time worrying about each other, and thanks to that, things ended up like this. You're all full of shit. Every last one of you. But the biggest piece of shit is me.
Worst.
Damn it. Why am I so weak?
Oh.
It's such a downer, clearly. But still, even though we feel this way, we still gotta do our very best.
You are right.
This time around, we must move forward. We must continue to live and believe in our friends. If not,
You are right.
Gundam will most likely crawl his way, out of hell. You're right. You're right. We shouldn't just stand here. I mean, it's not like this is over. We still have a lot to do. We still have to finish this. For the sake of our friends who have died, we need to finish this once and for all. So, don't just stand there. Stand up and walk. Move forward. Live. If you don't, everyone who fought and died will have died in vain. We can't allow that.
Hey! Hey!
So, how long are you guys gonna stand around chattering? The class trial is over, so it's okay for you to hurry back over to Jabberwock Island. However, the killing school trip will proceed as usual, so make sure you know that.
Wait!
Hold on. How much longer are you gonna keep doing this? That wasn't Monomi's voice. Seriously, how long is he going to keep doing this? How long is it going to continue? For like 2
Now
more
then.
times. Now then. Alright, after feeling down for so long, I finally feel refreshed. Let's hurry back and eat some food.
Hey!
Hold on a second. That mood shift is too damn fast.
It's not like that.
Well, you know, it's like Gundam and Nekomaru said. It's what it means to live, right? She's certainly something else. But seriously, I'm starving.
Hey.
Then, let's go back now and eat. And then, after we're full, let's sleep as much as we want.
Right?
And then, let's do our best again. Yeah, you're right. What happened to the 4 Dark Devas of Destruction? What happened to the hamsters? What happened to the hamsters? With this, the class trial has come to an end, and once again, we return to Jabberwock Island. The size of our group has definitely diminished, but despite that, even if it was just the rest of us, we did our best to stay upbeat and have fun together. Of course, our optimism was only superficial, but at that moment, we were able to forget about the dark despair looming before us. However, the only thing I was worried about was him. He wasn't there. He suddenly appeared from our sight. You mean Nagito? Yep, I'm definitely lucky. I never expected to obtain so many valuable things from a simple game of Russian roulette. Thanks to that, I was able to learn the identity of our true enemy. And before everyone else, too. It's just too funny. I mean, no one could tell that I was lying. There's no way the file had just Hajime's information.
Well...
You know, I have a tiny feeling I kind of have a feeling I know who the traitor is. But it's too small to actually think it. But no spoilers. I guess they were too busy with other matters. Or maybe they've reached their limit. Regardless, I was saved. Things would get complicated if they found out. Anyway, I can't forgive this.
Damn it.
This should never be forgiven. There's no way I can't let this run loose. I'll be the one who stops it once and for all, even if it costs me my life.
It's obvious.
For the sake of hope, I cannot ignore this. What are you gonna do, Nagito?
Monokuma appears!
All right, Monokuma has arrived. Who summoned me?
Now then.
Thanks for coming.
What's this?
Why, it's the lonely little Nagito. Are you all alone tonight too?
What's the matter?
So what's up? Your face looks scary. I see. So you can tell. Perhaps you found out who the traitor is? You know me well.
Well...
It's what I'd like to say, but unfortunately I haven't learned that yet. I see. So even you don't know, huh? Looks like the final showdown is gonna take a little more time.
Hello.
So, why'd you summon me anyway? Were you finally going to confess your love?
Hey.
I summoned you because there's something I really need to ask you. It's about the special prize from the final dead room. Oh yeah, what about it? There was information about 16 people in the file I received. But isn't that weird?
Say what?
What's weird?
You don't even know?
Well, there's a traitor from the Future Foundation hiding among us, right? Including that person. A total number of students would be 16, right?
Isn't that right?
But this file contains documents that were created at Hope's Peak Academy, right?
Of course!
That's right. I just reused the stuff as the former headmaster spent all the time making.
What?
A lot of time making. This file even contains information about the traitor. Was that person also a former student of Hope's Peak Academy?
Who knows?
I wonder.
Hey.
Could it be? Is this your doing? Did you slip false information into the file? Were you trying to keep us from learning the traitor's identity by obtaining this information? What's wrong with that? If it's my job to heat things up, it's okay if I do something small like that, right?
Well...
That's not my point.
Right?
My point is, you already know who the traitor is. What's wrong with that?
You're getting all riled
Well,
up!
you're splendidly correct when you say I knew who the traitor was all along. But even though I know who it is, why do you think I ignored it on purpose? It's just like Monami after losing her magic stick. The traitor's existence means absolutely nothing to me. Their existence means nothing, huh?
No.
Well, that's just how I feel. I'm sure you guys feel somewhat different. After all, the person is the evil Future Foundation lackey who's putting you guys through this awful stuff. That's not entirely true. I didn't really come here to fight or anything like that. Instead, I came to offer my cooperation, you know?
Huh?
Cooperation?
Hey,
Your purpose is to fill everyone on this island with despair, right? That's why you're intentionally letting the traitor do as they please, right?
Yep.
Yep. If that's the case, I might be able to cooperate somewhat too.
right?
However, in exchange, I want to know who the traitor is. I see. Interesting. Very interesting.
No.
Obviously, that's a big no-no.
Unbelievable.
I mean, I want to make everyone in your group feel despair. That includes you, too. Well, I knew you would say that. Besides, that wouldn't be able to land the sadness when you inevitably betray me later on. Just as I thought, you saw right through me.
You're right.
No matter what situation I find myself in, my core way of thinking will never change. In order to create absolute hope that shines brightly, stepladders such as myself and despair exist. You're right. You're a true believer of hope after all. I must say, that belief reminds me of that person for some reason. You mean Makoto, right?
Huh?
Reminds you? I don't know who you're talking about, but if someone as worthless as me reminds you of some other person, they must be extremely unlucky. Well, Makoto was super unlucky. You're just as unlucky, right? I mean, the fact that you're even involved is somewhat like this.
Whoa.
Am I? I actually think I'm very lucky.
Say what?
Huh?
You don't know?
Wouldn't you say that coming across such despair is rather a rare opportunity? I can't rely on anyone on this island. That's why I have to be the only one who does it. If I can eliminate despair from this island, I won't be a stepladder anymore. I'll become true hope. I'll become the existence that is even called the ultimate hope. You two are alike. You definitely remind me of him. Hey, there's one more thing I want to ask you.
See?
Who are you waiting... Oh, who are you waiting for on this island? Huh? Looks like I'm right again. Oh, whoops, you're definitely waiting for someone. Is the person you're waiting for already on this island?
Hey.
Well, answer my question. If that's the case, if that person is already on this island, wouldn't that be exciting? How many more days? We only have 4 more days. Like 5 more days, sorry. Damn. I'm gonna have to go. Danganronpa. The Hellhound. Oh yeah, the Hellhound earring. After being released from the funhouse, we went back to living our less than ordinary lives. And just like before, our day began with us all gathering at the restaurant. You know, every time we meet up here, it makes me realize just how crazy this whole situation is. The restaurant certainly feels more spacious than before. course it feels spacious. There's less than half of us here now that we're at the beginning. It's always hard to do accents and reading at the same time. Of course it feels spacious. There are less than half of us here now that they were on this island at the beginning.
Stupid fool!
Oh my!
Huh? Did you hear something?
Hey!
It's Nekomaru! That was the Coach Nekomaru's voice!
Huh?
What are you talking about? He's no longer...
What's up?
I'll beat you up!
What are you laughing about? I'll beat the crap out of you if you keep grossing me out like that. That's not cool. I was up working all night from my fingers to the
I
bone.
am concerned.
More importantly, I am starting to get tired of the seasonings in this restaurant.
Jeez.
Seriously, I'm starting to realize how valuable Terra Terra was. Don't ignore me. I'm trying to talk to you about something important.
Huh?
Important?
All right.
This. It took me all night to make it.
My,
Is that a Nekomaru doll?
No doll! I'm Mini-Maru!
Mini-Maru? I took some parts from him to make it. And what do you think? Awesome quality, right? Of course it doesn't have free will or anything, so it's more like, you know, a toy. But isn't it freaking adorable?
Are you serious?
Oh,
Thanks.
it's so cute. Thanks, I'll keep it.
Well...
I never said anything about giving it away.
I'll beat you up!
Don't be so stuck up. Your stuff is my stuff, right?
Whoa!
Whoa, hey now, that's bully logic.
Man.
Well, it doesn't matter. I made this to cheer you guys up anyway. And as long as we have it, we won't forget, you know, about Nekomaru's sacrifice for us. We're standing here today because of him. So, if we're gonna prevent something like that from ever happening again, didn't you forget Gundam, Kazuichi? He killed so we can all leave.
Engines revving.
Kazuichi is in my no-no side. I guess we gotta fight too, right? We can't just keep running away.
Huh.
I gotta admit, I never thought I'd hear you say something that awesome. Of course. In the end, Gundam told us to never give up on life. So I will never give up. I shall fight until the very end. Gundam, please watch over me.
Miss Sonia?
Miss Sonia? What did you think of my little pet talk?
oh my.
Oh, did you say something?
Are you kidding me?
Big rip. I was up all night memorizing that speech.
Jeez.
And there's the punchline. I really like this. Thanks, Kazuichi.
I am Mini-Maru!
Man.
I'm only half as happy to be thanked by you.
That's right.
Oh, by the way, you can also use that to massage your sore muscles and pressure points.
Serious?
Are you serious? It's amazing.
Of course.
Of course, I made it after all. Seriously, thanks. Seriously, thanks. I'll take good care of it. Connie looks really happy.
Hey.
Anyway, what happened to Nagito? I haven't seen him like I usually do. Don't have to worry about that guy. He goes solo all the friggin' time.
Well.
But still, I'm a little worried about how he was acting during the last class trial. Well, he's always been a dangerous bastard, but he crossed the line, you know?
Hey.
Then that's even more reason we should avoid him.
But still.
Even if we do avoid him, what are you going to do if he approaches us? Nagito's sudden change was really weird. I wonder, did he figure something out that we're not aware of?
Now then.
Anyway, Hajime, isn't it about time you told us what that was all about? Huh? That? You know, what Nagito was said during the trial. You still don't realize it? Jeez, get it together. You're supposed to be the symbols of hope, aren't you? Ah, I forgot. Except for Hajime, of course.
Hey, bastard!
What did he mean by except for Hajime? Are you really the traitor after all? No, it's not like that. I didn't really want to say it, but I guess I had no choice. To tell you guys the truth, unlike the rest of you, well, apparently I was never part of Hope's Peak Academy primary department. I'm a Reserve Corps student from the Reserve Department.
Huh?
Reserve Department? It means, unlike you guys, I don't have an ultimate talent at all. Apparently, I'm just a normal person. Is that all? What? That's it? Dude, don't ever scare me like that. It's not something I can just brush off, especially since it's about me. I thought I just forgot. I thought I got into Hope's Peak Academy because I had talent all along. But... shit. My whole life, I just wanted to feel confident about myself. You're the protagonist! Come on, there's nothing to feel prouder about. And I thought getting into Hope's Peak Academy meant I finally become someone I could be proud of. Not some effing backup student.
Right?
Cheer up, Hajime. It doesn't matter if you're from the Reserve Department.
Of course!
She is right. No matter what, you are a friend. You know, there's a saying in Japan.
Listen.
Fear is grateful for the danger.
Hey!
The hell? You're saying that all wrong. Monami, no! Monami, what happened? Was she fighting off another mono beast? So everyone was here. It was a real close battle.
I am sorry!
I apologize. I was trying to cheer you up, but I ended up saying the wrong thing. Well, it doesn't matter. Stuff's just hard to say sometimes. Huh? That's weird. Maybe you can't see me?
Huh?
Whoa, what the heck? You're covered in blood. Huh? You saw me? Yes, that's right. The mono beast this time was very strong.
You!
Gross! Don't get near me. Get out of here. Kane. I'd have you know that you're my least favorite right now. Because you remind me of Aoi. And anyone who reminds me of Aoi is instantly hated. Not to mention you're kind of annoying.
What?
No gratitude. I'm being treated like Phil. Monami, no, I love you.
Hey.
Hey, why don't you clean that blood off? We're trying to eat. Yes. I'm ashamed of myself. Monami, no.
Ding, ding, ding!
There we go. Now then, allow me to report to you all once again. After a fierce battle that's never been seen in history, I finally succeeded in conquering the last mono piece. Because of this, it's finally possible for you to travel to the final island. See. What a thin reaction. It's like I'm surrounded by tons of shabu-shabu from an all-you-can-eat restaurant. Don't tell me this again. You're gonna say stuff like, it's not like we can get off this island. Why bother going to a new island? Well, it's true that we don't really expect much.
Don't misunderstand.
But who said we weren't gonna go? Obviously we're gonna go, dumbass. Huh?
So,
Assuming we were thinking about running away was a mistake.
I'll show you my serious
Because if we
side.
run away, if we can't run, we'll fight. I'll crush everyone who puts us through this crap in one blow.
Hey!
Fight? Seriously? That fearsome group is called World Ender for some reason, you know?
What are you saying?
Why, did you forget what you said earlier?
Hey!
Dumbass, I only said that because I was trying to impress Miss Sonia.
What?
Don't brag about that.
Settle down.
If you have the power to fight among yourselves, then direct the power towards your enemy.
Alright.
Now then, let us go forth. Offense is the best defense.
Damn right.
You're right. Now's not the time for us to be bickering. I don't really get it, but when Miss Sonia talks like that, My blood starts to boil.
Alright!
Alright! I'm getting pumped up! Let's charge our way to the new island!
Starting to get pumped up.
The Future Foundation, Monokuma, Monami, I'll crush them all at once! Even me! You guys seem reliable. Hey, don't act like you're not included. You're our friend too, you know. You're right.
Leave it to me.
And I gotta do my best too. As we left the restaurant, the expression on our faces were clearly different than they were before. They were filled with strong will and determination. Armed with that, we began walking towards the last island. But the clouds of my heart still lingered. I couldn't stop thinking about the reserve department. And that filled me with a strange, uncomfortable feeling, like a small bone was lodged in my throat. But I tried not to think about it. I tried to stay focused and moving forward. Smile at hope in the name of despair. Chapter 5. I'm almost done the game. With the Monabeast gone, we crossed the 5th bridge and arrived at the final island.
So this is the last island.
Enormous building towered everywhere, as if the entire island were one gigantic city. It felt very sci-fi, as though the island was a snapshot of an urban metropolis from the near future.
I guess it has an ambiance befitting of a final island.
If you want to say that, okay. But this is going to be the end because it is 11 p.m. I never expected for the trial to run on this long. But I'm gonna say the execution was a lot better than the last one. Mikon's, I'd have to say, is the worst execution next to Alter Egos. Alter Egos was kind of boring.